Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan. This is Finn, and this is Auto Detour. Going out the front door today, which is a little different. We got the truck parked in the yard along with the Infinity, but as the title said today, I am selling my dream car. But before we walk over there, thank you guys. A bunch of these went out the door today, so thank you guys for supporting me on that. We got Gramps sitting in the grass here, the Infinity, and they're sitting here because we had the guys from Watch This Detailing come today and get these two ready to sell. This was our family car, the 2008 Nissan Armada. That was replaced by the Infinity, and so that guy we got to clean up and get sold. It's in fantastic shape. But the topic of today's video is, of course, my 2000 Dodge Viper GTS. And so it actually looks like it might rain, which would be really unfortunate after paying to have both of these guys detailed. So let's get these guys back in the garage, and then we'll go over the reasons why I'm selling my Dodge Viper. So the Viper is looking unbelievably clean now. The guys did a fantastic job. You'll notice the big difference now is we no longer have the big Auto Detour logo over the front of the hood, which looks weird to me now. It's been on there for so long. We still have the ones on the windshield and the back window, so those guys will have to come off. But let's take a peek inside here. So they did a full detail on the inside as well, and it looks absolutely amazing. This guy wanted to help me back the Viper in the garage. You want to help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. All right, big boy. Let's hop in here. No, we're not gonna drive it down the street. All right. Are you gonna shift?
I do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Ready? Here it goes. Well, there she is in the garage. Black looks so good when it's clean, and it is really clean. All right, buddy, let's pull this one in.
Okay.
So this is so I do this whenever we sell a car. I get it completely detailed, and so that way when somebody comes to take a look at it, it just looks absolutely brand new. When selling a car, I can't stress this enough. Like, first impressions are everything. When somebody comes to look at it, if a vehicle looks like it's been taken care of, which this one has, you're far more likely to get closer to your asking price when someone's like, wow, this vehicle's really been taken care of, which in the used car market, especially in SUVs that have been hauling around kids for years, they just get abused. You know, having a car professionally detailed when you go to sell it, it just makes a huge difference. You're gonna make more back on the sale than you spent having somebody really clean it up nice for you. So anyway, you guys aren't here to see the Armada. Let's pull this thing in, big guy, and then we'll talk about the Viper, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I had to take a quick time out. Had to run down to Domino's and pick up the pizza for pizza and movie night tonight. Do that every Friday with the kids. Just a fun family activity. But anyway, to the Viper. So that's right, guys, the Viper is going away. Just listed it today. I will put the link to the Auto Trader listing down below if you want to check it out. But the real reasons that I'm getting rid of the Viper, the first one is, well, I'm a car guy and just kind of like to try a little bit of everything. Now the Viper was a dream car of mine, kind of checked that box now, enjoyed it, and it's just kind of time to move on, try to find something else. I'm a really project oriented guy, and the Viper just isn't really a project for me. So by getting rid of the Viper, it should free up some more room for me to be able to bring on another project, and I think it's going to be one that you guys will really enjoy. So that's really the first reason I'm getting rid of the Viper. And for reason number two, let's go jump in the Viper real quick, and I can show you another reason that the Viper is probably not the best fit for me. So now the second reason that the Viper is just really not the right car for me is I really don't fit in it. You know, it's one of those things where you get it and you're just like, yeah, that'll be fine. Like, it's a bit tight. I'm 6'5", about 230 pounds, but the height is a real problem. I'll show you here in a second, but you know, I really wanted it to be a car that I could take on long cruises, and just this last summer I took it out to Road America, which is about a 5.5 hour drive for me, and it was just brutal. It's rough. This one has exhaust, so it's loud, and it's really cramped, and I'll show you a few of the things that make it really difficult as we hop in the car here. The first problem area is my left knee here. So when I shut the door, so I'm driving, my knee is literally resting up against the dash right below the headlight switch here, and it just sits here and pushes on this dash panel, and it creaks, and it's just not comfortable, and you have to keep it here because then my knee is kind of trapped. When I go to lift it off the clutch, it hits the steering wheel and the door over here, so I can't fit my knee through there, and it gets a little claustrophobic because if you look at the pedal box down here, there is no dead pedal, and so when you're driving, this is my brake to clutch combination here. My shoes are basically touching together. Since I can't lift my knee up off the clutch, it's hard for me to even bring it and put it under the clutch pedal. So this is how I have to cruise, with my foot under the clutch pedal, since there's no dead pedal over here next to the clutch, which gets a little nerve-wracking. In case of an emergency stop situation, you'll want to push in the clutch along with the brake, and if you're trying to pull your foot out from behind the clutch real rapidly and you hit the steering wheel, you could see where you could get in a bind pretty easily. And I really don't love that about cruising on the freeway with my foot under the clutch pedal, and on top of the clutch pedal my knee sits here and rides on the door and on the dash. Headroom's okay because fortunately the Vipers were made for regular sized people to wear helmets in them. That's why they have the double bubble roof on them, so headroom is just fine actually. But sitting up this high, I'll kind of give you my point of view here. The visor is literally right in front of my eyeballs. So I have, like, when I'm sitting up, what looks like 3 inches of windshield to look through, and then the hood sticks up on top of that. So this is really my point of view. If I were a little shorter and I were down here, that of course would be much more manageable, but I can't slouch whatsoever because I have to sit all the way back to keep my knee over here away from the dash. That's basically a long-winded way of saying that I'm really too big for the Viper. I knew that ahead of time going into the Viper purchase. Like, I was gonna own one no matter what, and now I've owned one. I know I don't fit in it. It's not the most comfortable car in the world. I don't regret owning one because, like I said, that kind of checked my dream car box, and now it's kind of time to move on. So the last reason I'm going to share with you guys today is kind of a two-part one. It's really that it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to own the Viper right now. Like, I'm not going to say that this is the last time I'm going to own a Viper because I still really like them, But the two parts to this reason is that, one, I live in Minnesota, which really decreases the number of months out of the year that I can drive it, apart from taking it to a snowy parking lot every once in a while and doing a donut or something. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to have a car sitting in the garage for at least half a year. The second part of this one is I make YouTube videos. I have to do what I enjoy doing, and well, first of all, I enjoy making videos. Many of you guys may not know that I am an arts major from Washington State University with a specialty in graphic design. So I do have an artistic side, and while I don't work in that field now, the ability to get out here and be creative and make videos and edit videos and do all that stuff for you guys really is fun for me. And then the other part of me is very, very project oriented. That's why I've put so much heart and soul into the Grandpa truck build. And if you're watching this for the Viper, Grandpa truck is my 2003 F-150 that we were driving earlier in the video. That has a single turbo on it. We're running about 12 pounds of boost on it. Just been having a blast experimenting with Grandpa truck and just doing things that are outside of the ordinary. And because it's such a mass-produced vehicle, it's very cost-effective for me to do that. Now, if I were to do something similar with the Viper, only make the content, driving content anyway, 6 months out of the year, is far more expensive for me to modify the Viper. And on top of that, I don't think there's a huge demand for Viper videos, at least Gen 2 Viper videos on YouTube anymore. You know, I could barely scratch the surface on stuff that people have already done with the Viper. You know, twin turbos, single turbos, supercharged, lowered, you know, crazy body kits, spoilers, made them really fast or made them really, really cool looking. And I just love the Viper the way it is stock. And unfortunately, that does not make interesting YouTube videos for very long anyway. So that's another main reason, you know, I have to think about YouTube as, you know, something I enjoy doing. And to be honest, it just never really made sense for me to make Viper videos. I bought it because it was my dream car, and that's why I just never really made a ton of videos on the Viper. I just enjoyed driving it, and I took it to some shows, and unfortunately this year shows were pretty few and far between. That's really the final reason. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to own it. And like I said earlier, you know, dream car, check that box. It's time to move on. I'd rather dedicate the resources and the space in the garage to maybe another truck build or something, or something that I know you guys will enjoy watching. I'll enjoy building it because I love building trucks. This isn't my first truck. I've built other trucks in the past, long before YouTube ever became a thing for me anyway. But that's it, guys. The Viper may still be in a few videos coming up depending on how long it takes to sell. So I'm still gonna drive it while we still have some nice weather left. Anyway, it's almost mid-October and it was 82 degrees today, so that was great. I'll take more of that. I would just want to take a second to say thank you to all you guys that have stuck around, supported the channel this far. Let's see if we can't make it to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Got a lot of things coming for Grandpa Truck. I posted on my Instagram a picture of the new block. The new block is still at the machine shop, but it's got a couple surprises for you guys there. It's not exactly the block that I had dropped off, so I can't wait to show you guys that. And don't worry, we're going to take that engine build very slowly because I still want to see what stock Gramps can handle, and I have a lot of fun videos planned for this winter. I got a couple things in mind that I don't think the internet or maybe even the world has seen with a 10th gen, so you guys are going to want to stick around for that. I just have all these crazy ideas popping into my head, and we still have stuff that I've already talked about that we need to do. So anyway, I'm just rambling now. I want to take a second to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that like button. I will talk to you guys next time.